guys have seen me go from this,
Dave without a beast.
I asked the wrong part. I always get the, hey, what's up, guys?
You know, it focuses more on that deltoid muscle.
all the way to this. And honestly, the most important part of this transformation that I don't even talk about that much was changing how I think. And the crazy thing is that I literally stole my entire mental framework from ancient Romans who existed over 2,000 years ago, back when the world was not as and confused as it is now. You see, the last great Roman emperor, Marcus Aurelius, who I now have tattooed on my arm, that's him right there, he helped create this philosophy called stoicism. And in this video, I'm gonna break down 5 simple ways you can start using this cheat code in your life right now. Fuck, man, I almost forgot. Black Friday is not for like 5 more days, but Edge Black Friday officially went live right now. That means you can get up to 50% off the entire website. Even the brand new items are on discount. I'd recommend you grab our denim Sherpa jacket, back just in time for winter. Not only is the Sherpa lining insanely comfortable, but this jacket just has that masculine look that most guys are lacking in their winter wardrobe. Also, our best-selling tech performance joggers are back in stock, and they just dropped in a dope new mocha colorway. And the brand new Edge logo hoodie just dropped in black and this clean sands colorway. Our premium denim jeans are also back in stock. You gotta throw away your old jeans that cramp up your junk. These have built-in stretch for next level comfort. And that's just scratching the surface. We also got our enhanced mesh tees back in stock, the perfect gym shirt, our elite hybrid shorts with the liner, our long sleeve Henley, just sick. And I probably shouldn't be doing this, but my coupon code, that's also active, and that is gonna stack on top of all of those discounts to get you an additional 10% off. This is the perfect opportunity to take your entire wardrobe to the next level, but don't hesitate because things always sell out extremely fast Black Friday week. Number 1, think of yourself as dead. Think of yourself as dead. You have lived your life. Now take what's left and live it properly. Now, what Marcus was saying here, it sounds cool, it sounds nice, right? But it's also an extremely effective method for course correcting your life before it's too late. Because humans, we hold on to our past. Growing up, I was obsessed with computers. Then I studied software engineering in college, interviewed for these different jobs, negotiated a salary, crushed it the first year, was on pace to making 6 figures as like a 23-year-old. But was I living my life properly as Marcus Aurelius instructs us to? No, I was just mindlessly following this predetermined path, afraid to branch off and try anything else because it would feel like I wasted all of this time and energy and effort, and I also had this feeling of significance for being this successful at a young age. And what's even more fucked up than holding on to the past is we tend to hold on to these identities that we've created for ourselves. Growing up, I identified as a shy person, and I'm not sure what event originally forced me down that path and made me start to think of myself this way, but that's how I thought of myself, and because of that I behaved and acted like a shy person does. And I was afraid to do things that shy people were afraid to do. I was afraid to approach a girl, but shy people didn't do that. When I wanted to start YouTube, I delayed for years because that's not something a shy guy would do. But again, was this identity helping me to live my life properly? Fuck no, bro. I didn't look at myself as a strong man or a respectable person. And that's why Marcus is telling us sometimes we need to assassinate ourselves. Seriously, for a second, imagine that you got in your car after this, you got into a car crash, you died in a terrible accident. Think about that for a second. I'm not joking. And I know that might make you feel a bit sad or depressed, but it also should make you feel liberated and free, because that could happen. And what that means is that the rest of your life from here on out, it's a gift. It's just a bonus round. You get to choose what you want to do now. So what do you want to do? Think about that. You're free to do it now. Number 2, the dichotomy of control. Some things are within our power, while others are not. Within our power are opinion, motivation, desire, aversion, and in a word, whatever is of our own doing. Not within our power are our body, our property, reputation, office, and in a word, whatever is not of our own doing. Epictetus. Now, Epictetus was actually a Greek philosopher who was living in Rome until he was banished by the emperor Domitian, who banished all of the philosophers. But humans are fucked up. We like to think a lot about things that we can't control, like other people's thoughts and opinions about us, or the actions that other people are taking in their own lives. Or the weather. We're mad that it's not a nice day outside, or the traffic is not convenient for us. People get all worked up about the economy is doing bad, or this politician passed this policy. And what's even sadder than that is we often do not take responsibility for the things we can control, like our thoughts, our perspective on something, the actions that we take. And here's the crazy thing that Epictetus realized. If we can determine that something is outside of our control, there's no point to worry about it anymore. We need to see it for what it is, accept it, and then quickly move on to what we can control. And when we determine that something is within our control, like how we're thinking about something or the actions that we're gonna take, well, now it makes sense to focus even more time and energy on this thing. And it gets even deeper than that, because when you start to think like this, suffering becomes a choice. You no longer have to suffer a single moment in your life. If you're in a shitty situation, but you can't do anything about it, well, what are you even worrying about? There's no point. But if you can do something about it, cool, then go do it. Now, there is a third scenario that there is something you can do about it, but you choose not to. That also means that you're choosing to suffer, though. This framework for analyzing problems completely fucking changed my trajectory in life and turned me into a machine who just operates and moves things forward every day. And it also makes it hard for me to relate to people who are just complaining about how bad their life is. Like Epictetus just handed you the key. What situation are you worried about? What can you control? Go do it. Number 3, imaginary problems. We're in the habit of exaggerating or imagining or anticipating sorrow. We suffer more from imagination than from reality. Seneca. So other than Marcus, Seneca is the other main Stoic philosopher, which means maybe I should get him. What do you guys think? Drop a comment. Should I get Seneca on the right arm? Or maybe on the chest, like the Rock? A little Seneca on the chest? What do you think? But it's so true, right? We often exaggerate and obsess over things that haven't even happened to us yet. We sit there thinking and analyzing everything that could go wrong in a situation and just, thinking about it and replaying it again and again in our head. Like if I think back to my final year of university, every single student was just so worried that at the end of the year, they're not gonna get a job. And I'm gonna be fucked, man. I'm not gonna get a job. You get a job yet, bro? Or maybe you think there's a confrontation coming with your boss or with a coworker or with some guy that doesn't like you, and you're just sitting there like anticipating it and worrying about it. It could be a fucking text message. You're worried about sending a text message because the girl might not respond. Oh my God. And this shit is completely normal, by the way, right? This is how the human mind works. We're more risk averse. We like to worry about things going wrong. And that's also why average people don't achieve anything in life, because they spend half their day just worrying about things. And that's why you have to take it back to the dichotomy of control and ask yourself, all right, yeah, I'm a bit worried, but what can I control here? If it's applying to jobs, I made the rule for myself back in the day. I'm gonna apply to 5 jobs every single day. And I did that for months before I got a job offer I wanted. Or if you're worried some shit might go down and someone might try and fight you, well, what do you have control over? You can go start to train boxing or Muay Thai or MMA. That's something you can do rather than sitting there worrying about it, right? Thinking like this is a game changer, because now bad situations actually motivate me just to grow more and learn more skills and achieve more. If you're still worried about approaching girls because they might say they have a boyfriend or shoot you down, you might get embarrassed, I got a little something for you. Always keep in the back of your mind, you can always say, hey, don't even worry about it. Just take it as a compliment. Now you can hold your head high, walk away, no embarrassment. Speaking of which, Gains Club Black Friday also just went live. Everything on the website is marked down, including our daily greens plus testosterone support powder that we just restocked, the Beast Fuel pre-workout with an industry-leading formula, and the best protein powder in the world. You can go to gains.club or click the second link down in description to take your overall health and your gains in the gym to the next level while supplies last. Number 4, Premeditatio Malorum, the premeditation of evils. We should protect our thoughts ahead of us at every turn and have in mind every possible eventuality instead of only the usual course of events. Rehearse them in your mind. Exile, torture, war, shipwreck. All the terms of our human lot should be before our eyes. Seneca. My man Seneca dropping another dime on us. Things often don't go according to plan in life. Like when we first launched the Gains Club Greens Plus test, sold out, huge success. Then we had this restock planned and people were, asking us every day, when's it coming back? When's it coming back? And we had this date. We set it in stone. I filmed multiple YouTube videos. My editor edited them. We had all of these marketing plans in motion. And then there was a delay with the label printer and we couldn't launch it. And it was like weeks of work down the fucking drain. I had to refilm videos. I had to cancel other brands deals and just lose money. I was afraid that we lost a lot of money with the delay. Basically, it sucked big time. And that's why Seneca is telling us we should always take the time to think about what could go wrong for different things in our life. And he's not talking about pointless worrying and stressing out about shit. Again, we don't want imaginary problems to consume us. No, the idea is to do a focused analysis from a calm place of strength. Look at the different projects you're working on and ask yourself, Okay, what could fail here? What could go wrong? For example, maybe a product delay happens. All right, if that happens, what's the backup plan going to be? This is a case where I didn't have a good backup plan and I had to redo a lot of work because of that. But it's also important to do this at a higher level. What could go wrong at a greater level in your life? What if Julia got in a car accident tomorrow, my wife, and she died? What if YouTube got taken down or my channel did and I lost the ability to talk with you guys, which is also my #1 marketing channel for all my businesses? What if you lost your job tomorrow? And first of all, what this does is it prevents us from taking things for granted. I shouldn't take my wife's company for granted. I shouldn't take this amazing gift that is this YouTube channel for granted, which is hard, right? It's a very human thing to do. Everything I have, everything you have, those are blessings that we need to appreciate, and thinking about losing them might be the most effective way to appreciate them. But like they say, hope for the best, plan for the worst. Not having a plan or a backup plan is essentially planning to fail. Number 5, time is fleeting. You live as if you were destined to live forever. No thought of your frailty ever enters your head. Of how much time has already gone by, you take no heed. You squander time as if you drew from a full and abundant supply, though all the while that day which you bestow upon some person or thing is perhaps your last. Another banger from Seneca. He's talking about when we lay around on the weekends or our days off doing some dumb shit, just like scrolling through Instagram and letting the time pass us by like we're never gonna die. Time is a gift that we have. Our lives are a gift that we have, but it's not a gift forever, right? Like all of us will come to a point where we die. Hopefully at an old age after living an epic life, but at some point, all of us are gonna die, and it could be tomorrow. And that's why we can never take the time in front of us. Like today, we can never take today for granted because we might not have tomorrow. And I'm gonna be honest, this one is hard to internalize, but what I try and do is imagine that my life is like this drone controller right here. At the top, you see there's a switch. You can switch it from, cinematic mode to sport mode. I try and imagine that my life is always in chill mode or work mode, chill or grind. Meaning that if I'm working, I'm working. I'm not being distracted on my phone. I'm not talking to someone on the phone. I'm just working and plowing and getting shit done. But also the hard part is that means if I'm chilling and hanging out and spending time with someone, that I can't be on my phone answering emails or worrying about, the next business project. And that's the really hard one to do. Another powerful reminder from the ancient Romans that the past is gone. It doesn't exist anymore. The future's not here yet. It doesn't exist yet. The only thing that exists is this very fucking moment that is in front of us. And that's what we got to be focused on. That's what we have to be living. Now, part of maintaining this stoic mindset and living a good life is being able to identify the bullshits that modern society is trying to use to brainwash us, which is why I recommend you watch this video next. It's about how society tricks men to be losers. Click there to watch that now. If you're new to the channel, click down there to subscribe as I release 2 new videos every single week and you don't want to miss them. I'll talk to you in the next one. Stay beastly.